Good morning, YouTube and the internets. Well, Saturday the 31st. Brisbane is going into lockdown in 30 seconds. Another snap lockdown, COVID. Works. Who knows when I'm going to get back to site. But despite all that, I bought a new car. It's a Mini Cooper, 2005. It's got 2 flat tyres. It hadn't run for 6 years. I jump started it, drove it onto the trailer. Absolute bargain. It's straight. It does need a bit of TLC. This piece of trim's missing. Apart from that, it's dirty. It's dirty inside. Birds got inside there, was shitting in it. Like there's some tidying up to do, but apart from that, without having a close inspection at this thing, I don't know what's wrong with it. It drove onto the trailer. It developed a misfire and the engine light came on, but that could just be a blocked injector because it's got 7-year-old style fuel and crud in it. But it did drive onto the trailer, and it was a bargain. The guy who owns my local Spa corner store has had it in his yard for years. He just wanted to get rid of it, didn't know how to get rid of it without having to pay a towie to do it. It was also in his backyard. She had to sort of drive similar to this sort of scenario where there's a through garage, but so he wasn't sure about how to get it done, and I said, look, I'll give you $500 and take it away. And yeah, we agreed. We actually agreed on it months ago, but with work and stuff it's been difficult to arrange. But yeah, I'm now the proud owner of a Mini Cooper, and the plan is to flip this thing, make a bit of cash. I've seen what they're selling for. There is a power steering problem, I've been told, and I think it's just that it's got a leak, and yeah, it leaks all its power steering fluid out, so the power steering's heavy as shit. It's also got 2 flat front tyres, so it was actually tough to determine if the power steering is working or not, but I could hear the pump whirring. It sounded like it was half dry, so yeah, took it nice and easy on the steering. And it's 2 minutes past lockdown time now, so I'm gonna go and have my dinner because I haven't had lunch, so I'm gonna have an early dinner, and tomorrow I'll get this thing off the trailer and we'll see what we're working with. Okay, YouTube and the internets, guess you're looking right at the sun. Let's see what I've gone and done here. The other thing I did yesterday is I pumped the tyres up. That one's still got air in it. So does that one. We do have fluid here. Seems to be water. Maybe it's just condensation running off. It's a cold night. Let's get this old girl off the trailer and see what we can see. Before we do that, actually, while it's up in the trailer, let's have a quick look underneath, see if we can see any obvious leaks. Yeah, there's oil up in around there, but that's to be expected if it's been leaking transmission fluid. Power steering fluid, which is the problem it had, a power steering issue. But yeah, I'm not seeing any puddles on the ground here, so let's get her off and have a look. Alright, she's untied from the trailer. I've got the jumper pack on. Let's see if she'll start. I've just put about 5 litres of fresh fuel in it too. We have power. Fans and shit going off. Off. Check engine light just turned off. Idling smooth. Alternator works. Oh, you bastard. Okay, I'll take the battery cover, pop it down there. I'll hook up the ramps, break the trailers back, drive it off. It's an auto, but I put full lock on the steering to see how bad our steering issue was. And installed. It felt a little bit heavy, but didn't seem extreme. Let's kick her up again, take her for a drive around the yard. I wonder if it's got an electric power steering pump. You can see this fluid trying to get out of here right now. So I'm not sure, but that sounds like some sort of electric pump trying to pump the fluid and getting nothing but air. Let's see if she starts. Should start. Started a minute ago. Lovely. Obviously it needs a battery. Keep the revs up. Bit of left foot braking. There we go. Passenger doors open. So you can hear that pump whining. And you can hear it gets worse with steering input. Leading me to believe power steering. Let's go around the block. She drives mint. Back tyre sounds a bit flat still. That's definitely like a flattish tyre sound. Yeah, could do a little bit more air. But apart from that power steering whine, everything works. The engine light hasn't come back on again. I'm sure it was shitty fuel which made it miss and threw an engine light. So let's, where's this bloody switch down there? Let's get in the shed, get some power steering fluid, top it up, see where it all pisses out to. It's over here somewhere, there it is. Looks like an engine. It's like a very compact engine, but an engine nonetheless. I found the problem with the power steering fluid. There isn't any at all. So, before just throwing any power steering fluid in it, I thought, better go to the owner's manual. Now, I won't make you go through the whole thing, but nowhere in here does it say anything about power steering fluid. Bonus though, apparently you get a free Roger Sanchez Release Yourself Volume 8 CD with these cars from factory. Oh look, it's got cup holders and a little thing there. Cool. So all the books are here. I'll go through this stuff later. For now, cool banana Motorama. Oh wait, is that a USB port back there? No. It's something though, which I'll investigate. So, I went and googled it. What is the power steering fluid? And it's some bloody weirdo lifetime fluid thing, but there is a Penrite equivalent. So I'm about to shut this old girl down, pop this back in, shut it down, and go buy a litre of this specific fluid. Now the temperature gauge is still sitting at halfway. Power windows work. This one works. Manual hold to go up. And yeah, I don't know about anything else that does or doesn't work. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Probably an extra indicator. No, because it'll be working right now. No idea what that is. But anyway, she seems to be running just fine. Run flat indicator. Yeah, so I'm going to head off to Supercheap, or wherever is open. Get a litre of this special bloody fluid, because apparently the whole system is 1 litre. So we'll fill it up, we'll see where it's leaking from. Hopefully it's just a reservoir. It's just a plastic bottle that sits at the top of the engine bay. It's very easy to replace. If it's the rack, it might have other problems. But it does seem to be from the top. The reason being is when I started it yesterday to drive it onto the trailer, smoke was coming up off the heat shield on the exhaust, and it's sort of directly adjacent to the power steering reservoir. Also there's, you know, witness marks of power steering fluid all around the lid for the reservoir. So hopefully it's the reservoir that's leaking, and that's an easy fix. I'll get this disconnected, tied it up, head down to Supercheap. If they're open, it is locked down, and this is essential travel, because it's essential I get this car ready for roadie and sold as soon as I can, because I could be away for 3 months for work in the next swing. So the sooner I get it turned around and sold, the better. Great success. Supercheap was open, got the fluid. Oh, don't need this in the car. So yeah, heading back home, I'm going to top up that power steering and then just sort of show you the once over of the car, and explain the plans, what I'm going to do with it, and then that'll be it for today. Give you something before I go back to site for 3 months. There's stuff with the race car obviously happening, but yeah, I'll let you know that in a video about the race car. But yeah, I'll just keep, well, I'll keep waiting for this red light and then I'll go. So I've topped up the power steering reservoir because of the electric pump that I think it's got. I'm expecting this to move as soon as I turn the ignition on. Give it some power. Not hearing any whirring all of a sudden. And I don't see that moving. Alright, let's start it up. Don't see any movement there whatsoever. Oh, why is the steering so heavy? Possible that there's some sort of sensor or seat for that. Interesting. Drive around the yard in reverse. Oh, now the power steering is really heavy. Like it's not working at all. That is strange. I did say it was intermittent. Let me move this stuff here. I'll take it for a drive around the block again. Come back, see if it fixes itself. Might be an airlock in there now that the fluid's on top of it. We will see very soon. Well, I've got my Google on, and I'd say it's actually the power steering pump that's failed, and it just is pure chance. Hang on. Turn the radio off so I don't get demonetised. That's the fan. It's the power steering pump that's failed based on it didn't make that whirring noise, and it was just pure chance that it's when I put the fluid in. If I had put the fluid in when it was running before, it would have pumped through the system, I reckon. But now the pump isn't working, which is why there was no sound when I turned the ignition on. There we go, that's the cooling fan off. So yeah, it is not pumping, therefore power steering isn't, there is no power steering. So it doesn't matter how long I drive it around the block, it's not going to work. Now I might turn it off and on again and it might work. It could be all sorts of funny things, but looks like I'm in for a new power steering pump, which is not cheap, but it's something I was expecting, and there's still enough value in the car to make it worthwhile. Hang on, I'm hearing a whirring now. It wasn't making that sound before. No. Anyway, let's have a good look over this thing. So the paint is in decent condition. It's very dirty. Obviously we're missing this piece of trim here. It's like a spot of paint here and here. Someone spilt something on it. Should be able to get that off. The plastics are a little bit faded, as you'd expect. I've got something for that. Badges are there. The tip looks nice and shiny. It is straight. Still got the fuel cap. Door handles work. Electrics work. AC works, I think. Has the original mini wheels. It's missing one center cap cover with the badge. Engine runs smooth. I checked the oil before I did anything with it, before I started it. It's got oil, it's honey in colour. Looks like that. Overall, clean straight car. Now, interior wise, it was left outside with the window down. So that seat's pretty grubby. The bird shit on the dash and on other bits, steering wheel, etc. But everything's here, none of the plastics are broken. Back seats are there. No tears, no rips. Let's see if these seats fold down. Yes, they do. That works. That little thing's there. Does the seat fold forward to let people in the back? Sure does. All the plastics are there. Some sort of animal nest. But yeah, all in all, pretty good condition car for 500 bucks. The power, oh no, that's ratchet seat height. There is some sort of Motorola phone charger thing wide in here. I'll see if I can jettison that without too much hassle. Yeah, let's check out the service manual. I'm just letting it run to just run for the sake of running. Pull as much of that clean new fuel through the system as possible. So, we had these out before. What do we got here? Mini dealer network. Don't care. This is the owner's manual for the radio and CD. New vehicle original parts warranty booklet. I'll have a look in there later. Doubt there's any warranty on this thing. Roadside assistance. Again, doubt there's any coverage. Car's old. Check me. Aha, service booklet. Brake fluid. Last done in 2015. Coolant last done 2009. Let's see, 17,000 Ks, 30,000, 52,000, 64,000, 70,000, 75,000, 101,000. I don't know what the oil service interval is for these. I'm backing it's less than 15 or 20,000 Ks. Could be 15,000. Yeah, they're all ballpark 15K. Hang on. 7,000, 7,500. Why? I reckon he's done this one himself. Maybe before selling. And then old mate's gone and got it done there. Nothing else in there. No evidence of accidents. And oh wait. Some sort of, yeah, right, mini ownership by BMW. Now I know that's a thing because when I used to own a 5 Series Beamer, they used to call me, and the dealer used to ring me all the time asking me if I was in the market for a new 5 Series. I kept telling them, dude, my car is old as shit, it's not worth anything, I'm not in the market for a new 5 Series. First aid kit, compact spare. So apparently this is to do with the AC to keep this cool, so you can obviously keep drinks cool in here. Useful function in Australia, not too sure about Europe. These work. This is the window adjustment. I've tested that. Don't know what that does. Hazards work. Radio works. AC. Very simple mechanical connection in that. Central locking, I'm assuming. Headlights, I'm assuming. Well, the blower works, but I don't think that air is conditioned. Feels very moist and about 25 degrees. I'll let that run for a few minutes and see if it cools down. It does load up the engine, as you can hear. So it's trying to work. Don't know what that is. Oh, that's recirculate the air. Demister. Nothing. Drink holders. Cigarette lighter. Oh, the whole thing's coming out. And some sort of flat tyre warning reset thing. These come with a run flat option. We've got adjustable steering column. Put that back up there. Oh, that air is cooling down. This might actually work. Let's pop all this back in here. Horn doesn't work. Don't know what these buttons are for. Don't know what these ones are for. Interior light, both work. Oh look, it's got a lit mirror. Nice. Even that one. And this is something I've never seen before, a side one. Oh, the roof lining's a bit saggy. Didn't look at that. That works. That works. The cover button for the cover for the button's missing. Yeah, so the roof liner's rooted. What do you expect for 500 bucks? That is coming out nice and cool now. So that works. Oh, the AC turned itself off when you turn the fan off. Good functionality. So apart from power steering, this thing does not have any problems. So I'm going to call that a day for this video. Pop this up today and just do a bit more research into the power steering. Now the temperature gauge is still sitting at halfway, so I'm pretty happy and content that it's not going to overheat. Obviously I will be doing all the normal things that I do to any car that I buy. I'll be servicing it. Yeah, it's central locking. I don't know if that's headlights or not. I don't even know if they work. I assume they are on here. Yeah, I'll be servicing it. Oil, spark plugs, gearbox oil, I'll be checking all that sort of stuff. Coolant. The idea is I'll get it registered, drive it for a couple of months, so if there are any niggling issues I'll figure them out while I've got it. And also, what is that? Is that a handle to pull that down from inside the car? Anywho, yeah, I'll drive it for a little while to test it out, and then I'll let it go. So, you know, if I get 6 months rego, drive it for a couple of months, make sure it is hunky-dory. I don't want to sell a lemon to anyone. Brakes, they're rusted effectively, and I mean actually rusted. The caliper themselves are very sticky. I think only one of these rotors, maybe they're all getting it, they're all glazed. The tyres are all holding air, so yeah, we've got a Mini. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll see if we can't solve this power steering problem and do all the other service items. Also, while I've got this driving, because I've given the Corolla to my son. I've then got the option to do work on the Falcon, take it off the road for a week or two, or a week, you know, if I'm home for a swing, and yeah, I'll be able to, yeah, with 2 cars I can do bigger jobs on the Falcon if I need to. I know that rear diff's an issue, it's getting louder and louder, so I'm going to have to sort that out soon. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.